Hello and good morning and welcome to Inspiration Morning Live. I am Christina Crowley and I help those who are going after their passion. And first I want to say thank you to those of you who watch this live. And those of you who watch this in the replay, I really appreciate you too, because I know that there are many of us who we don't have, quite the same schedule, and not everybody's able to be on Facebook, at this hour of the day, whatever your hour being. Alrighty, so I'm talking today about taking steps in the direction of your goals. Hello, good morning. Turn up the sound, say hello. Feel free to put a comment in the comments and give me some hearts and thumbs up. I really do appreciate those. And but I want to talk about taking steps in the direction of your goals. I want to say that first that nothing doing that is worthwhile to you is ever going to be easy. Nothing. Varying degrees of difficulty, but nothing is truly easy that you want, or everybody would have it. Or maybe what you want, everybody does have, and that it may be simple to you because it fits you, it fits your life, it fits your personality, it fits your way of going for something. But for, I would say, most of us, and me, nothing really worthwhile that I want is truly easy. And and with my goal setting, within my businesses, that's true. And so I want to talk about that. And I'm not, in the way I'm talking today, saying that anything is easy. It's just not always being the case. All right, but first I want to say, deciding where you want to direct your attention. The world throws a million things at us, and I'm a multi-passionate person, and so I totally know that. I know that so many things get just pushed our way, bombarded at us, and it's hard to stop that influx of all those ideas, especially when you can point out ones that are good to you that you'd be interested in, and loving everything, loving many things, and being multi-passionate means figuring out what's truly important to us and deciding exactly where I want to put my attention to. Good morning. I want to say thank you for joining me, and feel free to put a comment in the comment section. I'd be happy to, know what you think about what I'm talking about today. Deciding where you want to direct your attention really does help with attaining your goals. Getting you going in the direction of your goals, because we really only have so much time. Some goals require more attention than others, and getting there requires you to really, set goals and make a plan. Some things like, anything from getting your driver's license when you're young, which is really exciting and you really want to do it, but there's a path that you have to take to go get that. You either have to do driver's ed, or you have to have a parent teach you. You have to have the goal of wanting your driver's license. Some people don't. But then you have to make the plan to get it there, to taking the test, to getting the permit, to passing the driving test. And, it's like when you're young, it's one of the first true things, other than maybe high school or getting certain grades in classes, of showing you the way to setting goals and making plans and learning your way of working. Some of us, I'm a very visual person. I'm a visual, and I like to hear, and then I like to do. And I like to kind of go in that process, because that is how I work best. Hello, good morning. And so set your goals and make your plan. Whatever your ultimate ending you want it to be, set your goal. And then figure out the steps you have to do to take there. And I know it seems logical, and I always hated this saying, when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And it's very true. And, and I have to do this in my own life. I have to do that. And when you do all this, it's really you're deciding to take responsible for your own way of life. I know this more than I know a lot of things. When you decide to take responsibility for your own way of life, you end up having a happier life. You are freer. then when you don't take responsibility for all the choices you made in your life, some people don't like them and some people are going to disagree, but when you've made the responsibility to take, when you've made the choice to take responsibility for how you live your life or your way of life, then I think it just opens you up to greater joy. And it opens you up to getting what you want because you're deciding what you want in your life. And any pushy so-and-so friend, family member, boss, coworker, they don't get to, when you're taking responsibility for your life, that's less of an issue for you. And in going after your passion, these types of things are really important because if you want to go after your passion, there are certain people who may go, yuck, and you can't let them have that big of an influence on your way of life when you're deciding where to direct your attention. You're taking responsibility for how you want. And, ultimately, if we all go through rough patches, we all go through a rough patch. And nobody's excluded. So you have to decide to enjoy your life. You have to decide, even in the worst times, to kind of block off some of that and decide to enjoy your life. Find your way out of difficult times. And I think when you do that, that's a big part of taking responsibility for your own way of life, is deciding to enjoy it. It doesn't mean that hurt doesn't happen. It doesn't mean you are not respecting what has happened. But I know that, let's just take, for example, for those of us who have loved ones who have passed, most loved ones would want you to be happy, to go on and to enjoy your life. I think if not all of our loved ones would. Because as much as we love them, we need to love ourselves, and we need to decide to love and enjoy our own lives, and to keep going on, to keep pushing on, and taking the steps in the directions of the goals in your life. That is what I'm talking about today. And all of these things they're heady things, and some of them are tangible, setting the goals and making the plan. But ultimately, it does come down to our own self-responsibility. And when we get down, and I know after my car accident, I had a number of down days, and it was hard. I had a head injury. And, there were days when nobody understood what I was going through but me. I had to snap out of it and learn to take control. And, and it's a skill, and it's something I'd learned over the years. And I was just house sitting. I'm going to go off onto a little story here. I was just house sitting at a client's house, and they live in an area of town it looks like an area of town where I lived when I lived in Cincinnati, and I had a bunch of roommates, and we had this giant house in an urban area of the city. And, it brought me back to that time when I was in Cincinnati, and I chose to go to Cincinnati. There were a lot of people who disagreed with me when I left my job from Jupiter, Florida, and went to Cincinnati, when I went from one theater to another. And but it was what I had to do, and it was taking true responsibility for myself and for my decision. And I went and I found a job, and I was taking responsibility for my own way of life, and I decided to enjoy it. I was going after my passion. And my passion at that time, and what it still is, was theater. And I was working in theater. And I was deeply involved in it. So when you're going after your passion, there's going to be a lot of different things you're going to go through. There's going to be the ups and downs. And I think, there's just so many, I don't mean to be Debbie Downer here, but there's a lot of ups and downs. And you've got to have some ways of lifting yourself back up. And I think when you've done the steps ahead of time, hello, good morning. I see we have more people joining us. Give me some thumbs up. Give me some hearts. I really appreciate those. And but when you take responsibility for your own life, and when you are taking steps to go in the directions of your goals, you're going to have those ups and downs. And you need the skill. You need the muscles to kind of lift you out of it, to jolt you out of it. And I've been talking about the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I talked about that on Monday. I went 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then get out of bed. And I've been trying that, and it's hard. And I was going to do 6 a.m., but 6 a.m., this face does not belong on a camera at 6 a.m. Even getting up at 5, it takes me, it takes a little time for this to come back to life, to get some color in my face. And, I wake up puffy. I just do. So, I'm going to try to find a time for this, for this vlog. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you very much, Barbara. I really appreciate it. Oops. Yeah, wrong one. Thank you. Thank you so much. I do. I appreciate the smile. And I appreciate you coming this morning and being here. And then, but I think finding an early time for me is the best thing to do. And I'm going to be trying to find that spot, because yesterday things got out of hand quickly, busy, and I didn't get to do that. And I do like sharing here on Inspiration Morning with you. It makes me, it gets me going on my day. And it's one of those things where I choose how I want to be. And I really appreciate those of you who come and, listen to me. And it's part of me taking responsibility for my own life and creating a freer, happier life. And self-expression, I believe everybody should do it. Alrighty, so if you feel that this Facebook Live has been valuable to you, or you've gotten some nuggets out of this one, click the heart button if you feel like it, and if this has been helpful. I really appreciate them, and I want you to know that. And also, feel free to put in what are your biggest challenges when you're taking steps in the directions of your goals. They're not easy, and going forward with your goals, choosing isn't easy, because when you choose one thing, you choose no on something else sometimes. Let me know what you think, and I always look forward to seeing you on my next Facebook Live. Alrighty, bye-bye. Ta-ta for now.